Stossel Matter segment tonight. It is a fact that American colleges and universities are dominated by liberal faculty members. According to a survey conducted by the Institute for Jewish and Community Research, 48% of college professors call themselves liberal, 31% say they're moderate, only 17% say they're conservative. Question is, if taxpayers are funding state universities, should there be a balance of ideological opinion in the classroom? Right now, liberal professors are all over the place. Take actress Uma Thurman's father, for example. He teaches at Columbia University and recently went off on Grover Norquist, who wants Republican office holders to sign an oath they will not raise taxes.
The people taking the oath that he is administering, is an oath taken with the purpose of destroying the U.S. government. It's a kind of anarchist proposition. It's a pretense that the government is completely useless and should be destroyed. Therefore, it is actually a kind of seditious oath, treasonous oath. People who take that oath cannot actually serve in the government with good conscience, because their real role is to act as a mole and to destroy the government.
I guess he's a mind reader in addition to being a professor. Here now, Fox Business anchor John Stossel. All right, now, Thurman, that professor, teaches at Columbia, private college. She went to Princeton, private college, and they can do whatever they want. I mean, that's not the discussion here. But once you get into the state university systems, and all 50 states have them, then I'm paying and you're paying for these guys to run wild. Shouldn't it be some kind of imposed balance? Kind of affirmative action for conservative thought on campus.
They should do that, but they should do it on their own. And Columbia isn't clean, and Princeton isn't clean. They get lots of government money, too. Harvard got $670 million.
But those are grants to do specific research projects. They're not tied into who they hire. See, look, I don't have a beef with Professor Thurman or...
I do. He's an idiot.
All right. Okay.
I mean,
but I don't have a beef with him
treason,
saying...
what Grover says to...
No, all right. We all know that...
That's punishable by death.
We all know that that's creepy and crazy.
And I watched Kill Bill.
He has a right to... You're mocking the man because of his daughter. He has a right to say it under the academic freedom. And that's what we don't have a beef with. We're not going to be hypocrites here. However, Princeton hires a guy like Singer. You know Singer. The guy says that sex with animals is okay.
Had him on my show.
And we might be able to kill babies after they're
very
born.
young. It's in certain cases.
Now, Princeton, I think that's shameful, but they're private and they can do it. However, if Singer or Thurman comes into the university system paid for by you and me, that's a whole different matter.
Well, it does make it worse. Ward Churchill's a good example of that. That was a state university. But you know, what are we going to do? If we start to say this, we got to have our guys in there, they'll scream McCarthyism. They'll...
But what about affirmative, like I said, affirmative action for conservative professors, that you have to have a certain percentage
we need
of
a less official imposed affirmative
action. So you're okay
with
this then?
I hate it. Look, at Princeton where I went, 155 faculty last election gave to Obama. 2 guys gave to Romney. One was a janitor, one was a visiting lecturer. The education I got was very one-sided. It's just the way it is. All we can do is speak out.
See, that's the difference between you and me. All right, I'm not going to accept this. I don't want to accept it. I'm struggling for a way for the state to be fair to the taxpayer. And I think that there has to be some standards.
Well, there is a good way for that. Stop paying for any of this stuff.
But then the poorer kids don't get to go to college.
We'd be so rich, there'd be lots of charity money for the poor kids.
Now, you can't depend on that.
And tuition would be lower. That's the real outrage at colleges.
Well, you say it would be lower, but I don't think so. I think that the reason the state university is in place is to give people who don't have a lot of money a chance to go to school, because they can't afford Princeton or Harvard tuition. Nobody can. So I don't have
good grades, they go free to Princeton, Harvard.
But I don't think this is even discussed. As you said, it's accepted. All of this stuff is accepted.
We're just telling the truth, and we're keeping those right-wing people out.
Yeah, I mean, even at the Kennedy School of Government, where I have a master's degree, they have gone very far left. And I said to them, gee, you know, there are guys that you can, I give them some names, that you could hire just to give a little balance. They're like, they're not interested. They are not interested. So what we have now, and I want everybody to be clear about this, and I want you to be clear about it, we have a state system that is now turning out left-wing academic agendas. That's what the state is doing.
And we are
That's-
forced to pay for
And
ideas
that's
we
dangerous.
despise.
That's dangerous, though.
It's evil.
It's almost totalitarianism. Is that it's so one-sided that the education system now, and in high school too, is turning out this kind of thought, and we're paying for it.
It's wrong, but there's nothing we can do
No,
about it.
there is something we can do. Affirmative
Speak up.
action.
Talk about it on your big show. That's
This
the
is
best
the big
thing.
show.
Well, you're
I'm
doing
speaking up.
You're doing the right
now
thing.
I'm yelling. I want affirmative action. And I'm not kidding. I want a certain percentage of professors on the state campuses who say that we are conservative. Please apply.
Well, you're wrong about that. We don't need more
Well,
government
that's the
imposed
only solution.
affirmative action.
Sorry, that's the only solution, Stossel. So it's either that way or you live with this crazy system. John Stossel, everybody.